Hello, my fellow boxing enthusiasts. Oleksandr Usyk has defended his throne on top of Mount Heavyweight.
Subscribe.
And in my opinion, without a doubt, by unanimous decision, and it wasn't even close. Now, can we please acknowledge and respect the crazy amount of stamina and focus that Usyk portrayed for 12 rounds straight? Many of you fans don't realize how insane this actually is. The constant movement and footwork, creating angles and opportunities. Tremendous ring IQ, like a chess player, always moves ahead of you.
Anthony, how are you? I'm coming for you.
Just massive respect for such a performance. And the performance was far from his best. I think AJ looked a lot better than he did the first fight because he stayed consistent throughout the last year. Plus, the new trainer, Robert Garcia, helped him as well, deliver a completely different AJ. Usyk was at war and probably had less of a good preparation when it comes to the mental aspect, but he delivered. What a man, what a world champion, and what a role model. Humbleness in person.
Oh,
How are you?
you okay?
Yes.
You sure? Another one. Cost a lot of money, that ring.
Uh-huh.
A lot of sanction fees. It's okay.
How are you feeling?
I'm Phil.
Thank you.
He's nervous.
And humbleness only matched by the most underrated heavyweight champion of all time and his fellow countryman, Dr. Iron Fist Vitaly Klitschko. I believe the worst version of Oleksandr Usyk will beat the best version of Anthony Joshua. There are levels to this game, and AJ has reached his max level. Man, what a night and what a fight. We have seen Oleksandr Usyk cement his own legacy and show the world what a true world champion looks like. He stayed professional and humble as always. One sentence describes it all. The rise of Oleksandr Usyk as one of the true greats and the downfall of an overhyped Anthony Joshua. Words are words, yes.
Oh, yeah, you don't throw combinations like Rocky Marciano. Because I ain't fucking 14 stone, that's why. I'm 18 stone, I'm heavy. It's hard work.
But throwing world championship belts out of the ring should have consequences. AJ should get banned for such poor action and poor behavior. Remember, he was not just a challenger, but a former two-time world heavyweight champion, the once face of this era's boxing. And for those who support such action by saying that the pressure just got to him, well,
I don't really fold under pressure. No, not at all. This is fun.
You're not strong, how did you beat me?
Let's do this.
How?
Because
I'm skilled.
Let's do this.
I had character. I had character. I had character.
if you gotta say you got character, then guess what? You ain't got character. And if you gotta say that you humble, then guess what? You ain't humble. Anyway, enough talk about the sore loser and his immature tantrum stealing the moment that was supposed to be bigger than boxing and Usyk fighting for his country. Let's talk about the truly great Oleksandr Usyk. So many still, to this day, doubt this man. So many still were picking AJ to win by knockout, and the reason was the same as the first time. He's just bigger, and he will bully the cruiserweight. Don't you guys understand that 9 times out of 10, the master of boxing will beat the power puncher?
Good boxing has to win.
You show your hand.
Fuck that shit.
Muhammad Ali, George Foreman, Rumble in the Jungle.
The moment came. Watch it. And that was no phantom. That was no phantom punch. That was no phantom punch. And he's down and out.
Trilogy fight, Deontay Wilder versus Tyson Fury, and Oleksandr Usyk fighting against Anthony Joshua twice. Guys, this isn't a schoolyard. This isn't bullying. This is sport. This is real life.
Fuck that shit.
I don't know, but 6'3" and 220 pounds does not sound small to me. Now let's dive right into the fight analysis and what I believe is next for Oleksandr Usyk and Anthony Joshua. I will catch you on the counterpunch.
I always tell the truth, even when I lie.
First off, I want to thank you for tuning in again to Usyk Boxing right here on YouTube. Now straight to the point. It was obvious what game plan Anthony Joshua would have coming into the second fight. He got outboxed in their first bout and he was coming for the knockout win. Revenge was on this guy's mind. The choice of having Robert Garcia in his corner and choosing the small Grant puncher's gloves proves this point. No way he was going for a point decision. Oleksandr Usyk's game plan was the same. At first, I thought he might go for the knockout because he knew he can outbox AJ, but he also knew in the last 20 seconds of their first fight that he could also go for the stoppage when AJ gasses out. Usyk went for the safe point decision win and outboxing AJ. Proof of that is how quickly he just chose his gloves the day before the fight, the same as the first time. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Plus, he came in the same weight, so that also suggests he was not going for a knockout. Now, I gotta say I was quite worried when I saw how much better Anthony Joshua was looking in the first 3 rounds. His guard was very solid, and it was way more difficult for Usyk to break the guard and find openings. Usyk had some trouble finding his rhythm. Or maybe it was all the game plan. Maybe he was just careful because he knew that AJ, having a real world champion coach in his corner, Robert Garcia, could possibly mean trouble. And it did. Anthony fought better from the center of the ring and countered well to the body and made a few strong offensive attempts. It was clear AJ's team was better. He was more composed and seemed to show the confidence in his eyes that he was gonna win. Still, up to round 8, I had Usyk leading. It was 6-2 rounds so far in my opinion. Don't forget, this is a unified world champion and you need to dominate the round to be able to get the round. Joshua was not the champion coming in anymore. He was the underdog, he was the challenger. Don't forget that. Then round 9 hits and Usyk noticed the power disadvantage and force of the bigger Anthony Joshua. I know many believe Usyk was dazed and AJ almost had him, but I believe Usyk knew this one moment would come where Joshua unloads on him in the later rounds and tries to finish the job. But he stayed composed and knew if he weathers this storm that AJ will power himself out. Then Usyk did exactly that which he did in the first fight. He turned up the pace in the last 3 rounds, 10, 11, and 12, and it was just too much. Had some deja vu moments for me with AJ on the ropes. Usyk still took risks by stepping up the pace in all ranges. That's another thing. Usyk defeated AJ in all ranges, even the infight. The low blows.
Right now, but there's a body shot. Did that one stray low?
Yeah, that was below the belt line.
Yes, it did.
And Bud Spencer punches to the head by AJ didn't help him.
Throwing those left hooks high and low, now making it rough.
Very rough, and he'll be warned for a hammer fist there, I think, on the inside.
Wasn't his cleanest fight, to say the least. He was frustrated and lost for the second time in a row to the better boxer and one of the pound-for-pound greatest in my opinion. Ain't no shame in that. You delivered a better performance. But I do believe AJ should have got a trainer like Teddy Atlas in his corner because he's the kind of coach you need if you're going into deep waters in a fight.
6 minutes of your best boxing. Can you do that for me? I don't care about what happened before. Give me 6 minutes. Look at me. Look me in the eye. I'm so proud of you. Give me 6 minutes of your best.
You would have needed one of those crazy pep talks and motivational speeches before the last round.
What do? We control the flames. We control them. We move the flames where we want to. And then we extinguish them. Control the outside.
I'm sure Robert Garcia told AJ go for the kill or he will lose. But AJ really didn't step up and show balls in the championship rounds. I'm sorry to say. Maybe AJ thought he would be ahead on the scorecards and favored. Maybe he got too many punches by Usyk. I mean, those quick punches that don't have a lot of power, they do accumulate. And maybe he has some kind of brain issue. I don't know. I'm trying to figure this out. I don't know. But what I and all of us do know is, in fact, that AJ did not try to go all out and leave it all in the ring. But man, it's easy to say as a spectator that Anthony should have done this or done that. Man, being in the ring with one of the best ever must be really frustrating and discouraging because Usyk is levels above, so I understand the frustration to a certain extent. However, what I don't understand is your post-fight behavior. You lost twice to the better man and better boxer in my opinion. Twice by unanimous decision. And then you think it's the right time to take away the moment of a man who's literally fighting for the freedom of his country and talk about your own struggles and past, that being a life of fucking crime?
I ain't no fucking amateur boxer from 5 years old that was an elite prospect from a youth, bro. I was going to jail I see some hype little youths in red and gel.
I'm a gangster, me, trying to be a good man. So what? He's got no brains. I could fit his brains in my boot there. 0.
My God, I felt so embarrassed for the great British boxers and great boxing fans of Britain. Yes, AJ helped the world of British boxing immensely in the past, but AJ is a horrible representation of British boxing. Poor sportsmanship and being aggressive towards fans post-fight after they encourage you to keep it professional is wrong.
Keep it professional. What? Who are you talking to? Who are you talking to? Fuck on now,
Why not take that aggressiveness, I will beat you up and tough guy mentality and apply it in the ring in the last fucking 3 minutes of a World Unification Championship fight? A 12th round that will probably define the rest of your damn career. I can't throw combinations because I'm too heavy. Well, why not shed some more weight then, buddy?
Oh, yeah, you don't throw combinations like Rocky Marciano. Because I ain't fucking 14 stone, that's why. I'm 18 stone, I'm heavy. It's hard work.
You would still have the power. Tell that to your own countryman, Tyson Fury, who is one of the heaviest world champions of all time and can throw massive combinations for 12 rounds straight. Maybe get some advice from him about boxing. Just disappointed and sad for the great Oleksandr Usyk. You notice he didn't want any hip hip hoorays in the ring. He was there for a different reason, a greater cause than himself. He was there to encourage his countrymen and countrywomen and to encourage the world to stop looking on what's taking place in the Ukraine. No worries, Usyk. You will go down as one of, if not the most humble and true champion in my book of greats. And what's next for Anthony Joshua? I think anything he does from here on out and still boxing will hurt his career. If he comes back apologizing and saying it was out of character, no man, you showed your true character. You're sore loser. Retire as a former 2-time heavyweight champion. How you achieved 99% more greatness in boxing than most humans ever will. And you made a shitload of cash doing it. Congratulations. But I think karma caught up to you. You were favored at the Olympics and were pushed onto us fans as one of, if not the greatest of all time, because of your looks and marketability. If I want to see any fight with you involved, then it's against Deontay Wilder. I say Wilder has 10 times more heart than you do. He leaves it all in the ring. You know, another funny point is that Anthony Joshua states that the only reason why Usyk beat him is due to skills, and that made him angry. I'm not making this stuff up. This is what he said.
Being strong doesn't win boxing. Okay. Skills win boxing.
Yeah, okay.
You're not strong. How did you beat me?
Let's do this.
How? Because I'm skilled.
Let's do this.
I had character. Good boxing has to win.
You show your hand.
Fuck that shit.
Do you understand the delusional guy I'm talking about that he is? He is fake, saying the only reason Usyk won was due to skills. This is boxing, this is not UFC. Weight and strength doesn't mean as much. And how did you beat Andy Ruiz in the rematch? Well, he was 280 pounds, obese and untrained, and you went and did technical boxing. Is that not based on skills? Did you not do that yourself?
And look, this is about boxing. I gave the man his credit. There was no excuses, right? I just wanted to put on a great boxing masterclass and also show the sweet science of this lovely sport. It's about hitting and not getting hit. Being strong doesn't win boxing. Okay. Skills win boxing.
Yeah, okay.
You're not strong. How did you beat me?
Let's do this.
How? Because I'm skilled.
Let's do this.
I had character. Good boxing has to win.
You show your hand.
Fuck that shit.
As far as what's next for Usyk, he said he wants to face Fury, and if Fury doesn't want to fight him, then he will not fight at all. We need this fight to happen because it's been over 20 years since we've had an undisputed heavyweight champion. Tyson Fury, of course, also said some things about this fight, but I gotta say I'm also kind of disappointed on his behalf. Reason being is all he does is bash fighters, say fights were horrible, and say he's gonna beat them all, be disrespectful and talk shit.
It was one of the worst heavyweight title fights I have ever seen. It was bullshit. Come on! I violate both of them on the same night. Shite.
Blessings to Oleksandr Usyk and his team, truly humbled to live in an era of such a champion and witness such greatness and mastery of this greatest sport ever. Boxing knows no colors or countries. It is international and universal. Boxing is unity. Boxing unites us all, and united we stand.
Have a good day, have a good week, have a good month. Okay?
I will catch you on the counterpunch, my fellow boxing enthusiasts.
So say good night to the bad guy.
The last time you're gonna see a bad guy like this again.